What's up, everybody? This is a little bit different of a video. I'm gonna set the camera down and we'll talk about this one for a minute. Let's see. So I'm just kind of doing this on the fly, and I wanted to tell a little bit of a story. So my fiance and I bought a 2020 Nissan Altima, the all-wheel drive, 2.5 liter, sport racing, paddle shifters, fully loaded, everything in this car, brand new. It just hit 70,000 miles. I just have to say this. The car, in the last, since we've had it a little bit over a year, about a year and a half, has been in the dealer 4 times now. The first time we went to go get an oil change, no issue. The guy's changing the oil, and he comes out from underneath the vehicle and says that it's got fluid leaking from it. Transmission, gear lube, something. We take it to Sanford, Maine here to, I'm not even going to give that business name any kind of rep or any kind of acknowledgement. We took it to a Nissan dealership in Sanford, Maine. They took it in, transfer case was leaking, and they tried to seal it. They initially told us that they replaced it, but then they got caught lying and told us that they tried to reseal it. That didn't work. And in this time, the parking brake light kept on, it stayed on the dash. It said that there was something wrong with the system, and the light, the parking brake would flash, but the orange brake light, triangle light, would stay on the dash, saying that there was something wrong with the system, severely wrong with the system. And this affects the brake assist with lane switching and all the sensors in this car. So if somebody like goes to cut you off and stuff, the car will brake for you, and all of that crazy shit that has led to a lot of these issues. So in this time, the car is got the parking brake flashing, and it's got the orange brake light saying there's something wrong with the system. We take it to the dealer with this leak and with this parking brake issue. They get in the car and they tried to reseal the transfer case. Didn't work. Still leaking. And at this time, they still did not get the brake light to go off. There's the parking brake, the module that controls that whole system was not communicating with the ECM. The computer was not understanding that there was anything, no communication through the system. So that needed to be replaced. $2,500 for that whole situation. They did not want to cover that parking brake module under warranty, and was giving us the runaround, and we got the car back after they supposedly resealed the transfer case, and it was still leaking. Nissan. At this time, when that parking brake module went out, it completely ate up all 4 of my brakes and 2 of the rotors in the front. So now we have a really expensive parking brake module. We have 4 rotors and 2 calipers in the front. All 4 rotors and 2 calipers in the front. They told us that our mechanic that did the brake job did not put the bolts back in the brake system in the back, and that they had to replace them. That was another $200 out of our pocket. They didn't replace no bolts. They didn't try to reseal that transfer case. They told us that they put a new transfer case in it, but they didn't. Now this is all a learning situation when it comes to dealers and how they will do you. Some of them are really, really good and take care of their customers. But we weren't one of their customers. This was just a Nissan dealer that services those vehicles, and they really show that they don't like it whenever you buy from another dealer and bring a Nissan from another dealer and expect for them to fix it. They totally said and did not want to work on this vehicle and tried to cover themselves up by saying that they replaced the transfer case, and they got caught in a lie about that within the paperwork and everything that they did. And it's terrible that they had put hands on this car, because now it's just continuing to go bad. So yesterday, well, actually Tuesday, we're driving the car and someone got really, really close on us in the back, and the brake assist started to do its thing for whatever reason. I believe that it was actually the front sensor and the bumper that was making this happen, because that is what we ended up finding out is wrong now. It's another sensor in the bumper that is failing, and once again deactivating all the brake assist and everything with this car. So the end result here is it ate up all my brakes. That parking brake module going out and the system not communicating with itself correctly, it tightened and loosened, tightened and loosened, tightened and loosened with that parking brake module being like that. The module being out, the brakes all the time compressing and depressing within the system, and we didn't know this. So when we got to go do the brakes, in the back was metal on metal, like almost to the point metal on metal. There was no grinding happening yet, but oh my gosh, I'm telling you guys, if you have an issue with your brake light coming on these newer design Altimas, this one's the 2.5 all-wheel drive sport racing paddle shifters, fully loaded. If you're having any issues like this, pay attention, get that car off the road. Because with these systems failing like this, it could just lock your brakes up going down the road. The Nissan Rogue is already doing this. There's people driving the Rogues down the road. I haven't experienced this with the Altima, but with the Rogue, customers will be driving the vehicle and it will just lock up the brakes, just try to stop the vehicle immediately. These systems are really, really dangerous, and we're to the point where yesterday we went to go get this malfunction. What happened was we were driving the car and someone got really, really close on the back bumper, and it started to ding, 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 ding and do its brake assist. And then it just threw up a triangle on the screen saying malfunction with one of the traction control looking symbols on it. It said malfunction with the orange triangle. And so we took a picture of it, and I'll try to get that picture shown to you guys so that you can see this too. And when this happened, we stopped the vehicle and got off the road and tried to clear it, but it was stored. It was a stored code. And all right, so we're back at the dealer, and we have to take it to New Hampshire to have it stickered anyways for emissions and all of that stuff here in Maine. So we take it to the dealer where we bought the vehicle, that they take care of us good, and we had to learn this lesson the hard way, because Peters in Nashua, New Hampshire, had to clean up all of this previous dealer's mess. They had to put all new brakes on this car, a new transfer case. Now they're going to have my car for another couple of weeks to have an inspector come look at this in person, because they cannot believe, boom, 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 that this is happening to this car. 70,000 miles is a good amount of time. We made those brakes last. It was good. It's on its first set of tires. We did that. It's good, and that's good. But the way that it ate the brakes up, they could have lasted longer. The way that we were taking care of the car, it could have lasted a lot longer, is what I'm saying. But because of this module going out and no communication, it ate up all of these brakes on this car. And on the back, especially with the parking brake issue. The front, I don't know what the hell happened to why calipers and rotors are being ate up. these factory parts are just, I don't understand it. 70,000 miles or 60, close to 60, what we got when we did the brake job, is a good amount of miles. But it was just the way that they were ate up that, and I've been seeing on other videos and other Altima and other Nissan Rogue and Nissan owners in general, the brakes being ate up really, really bad to the metal. So the car is back in the dealer. Peters of Nashua, they gave us another rental. The first time they gave us a rental, our car was almost in the shop for almost a month. And now it'll be in the shop for another couple of weeks because you can't get parts for this car. The module, very, very expensive module. I think it was a couple $1,000s. You couldn't get it because it wasn't on a shelf anywhere yet. This design of this car, it hasn't been out long enough for them to have parts like that. So now with this sensor, I'm expecting another couple of weeks of this car to be in the shop. And it's really, really, really frustrating. And this is my wife's car, my fiance's car that she uses for her work and her business and to get us around and to be safe in. I'm not safe, Nissan. I don't feel safe for her. To the point now where we are going to get this car off the road and we're going to get her in something else. This is really, really bad, Nissan. People warned me in the past to stay away from the Altimas because they're money pits and they do this kind of stuff to you, and the CVT transmissions. And this is a nice car. The body style is really, really nice. It's super comfy and I love everything about it, but I don't like one critical thing. It's leaving my girl unsafe and I don't trust it. And now that it started doing all of this stuff with the sensors for the brake assist and the bumper, and you know that covers the whole 360 of the car from the sides to the front and the back. If someone comes in on you, the car will assist and help you if you have those settings turned on. We don't even use those because we want them off completely. We want to be able to just drive the car like a normal human being should and not have other things assisting. Especially, you don't want it assisting you when it can't work correctly. So we did all the brakes on this car and just, they never grinded like this before in the past, and they make noises and it's just not right. You know what I mean? Everything is just not right. Ever since this happened, my wife says that the car does not perform the way that it used to. It doesn't shift the way that it used to. This is the kind of stuff you deal with when you go to a dealer that you didn't buy the vehicle from. This is how they treat you. The first batch of the dealer in Sanford here in Maine, they did us dirty and they tried to throw our mechanic under the bus, and they tried to make our mechanic look terrible to cover their ass because they didn't replace parts that they were supposed to. They didn't do what they said they were supposed to. But this dealer, the original dealer that we bought this vehicle from, is doing us wonderfully, and they're taking care of us. Ryan, they're at Peters of Nashua, is doing us good. But this is just a heads up. If you're a 2019 to 2022 Nissan Altima owner and you're dealing with anything like this, I urge you to just get with me in the comments. Let me know what you guys have been dealing with. There's not a lot of information on this vehicle, and you know, I'm trying to be cool and calm about it, but it's very fucking frustrating. You go buy a 2020 vehicle, brand new off the lot, 0 miles, and within its first year and a half of owning it, it spent 3 months in the shop. Almost 3 months of that have been in service departments and in dealerships getting looked at. And Nissan had to come and inspect this whole vehicle for the brakes, the module. It took a lot of time for them to come out and do that. And the engineers of Nissan are looking at all of this stuff because this car in 2019 was completely redesigned. And they didn't know what it was going to do. And these are the things that it's doing. And until people document this and talk about it and get it worked out and spread the messages, Nobody knows about it. And then when it happens, you go look online to try and get some information and a resource what's going on with your car. I can tell you a lot of what's going on with the 2019 to 22 Nissan Altimas, because we've been through it. We have been through it, through a transfer case, all the brakes, the tires, even the tires on this car from the factory are recalled because something with them goes bad, that they were no good. And I really think that this car is no good. Should not spend this much time in the shop. It's a 4-cylinder. No, it's a 6-cylinder, I believe, and it's 2.5. And this car gets good gas mileage and everything, but it's not running the way that it's supposed to. You guys, I urge you to just get with me in the comments and let me know if you're going through anything like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. You know, brand new cars should last. I shouldn't be scared to run out my 120,000 mile warranty. If I don't have the 120,000 mile warranty on this car, I'm really scared. We bought the super extended warranty because that's just a smart thing to do, just like gap insurance. But you don't plan on having to use this crap. You shouldn't have to. Nissan should not have to be warranting thousands and thousands of dollars in parts because their car is not made correctly. The engineers of this thing need to tighten up and do their thing, because it's very freaking frustrating, and it's costing you guys as a whole a lot of money to give out rental cars for 2 and 3 weeks and months at a time. So now my car's in the shop, and we'll wait to hear more crap, and then we'll drive it again for another 2-3 weeks, go through some more symptoms, and replace more electrical parts on this car. This car is an electronical nightmare. I'm tired of seeing stuff pop up on the dash. I don't even like to see service lights pop up on the dash no more, because it makes me nervous. Seeing little orange triangles and little traction control and suspension lights and all that. There's 50 different lights on this car, and I've seen them all at one point or another. Just not a check engine light. Knock on wood. Not a check engine light. But come on. What's next? We're going to mechanical and electrical failures here. Need some help, Nissan. You guys let me know what you think.